Yo, what's up, guys? How's it going? This is German Fernandez, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to fold this origami rabbit by Fuchimoto Muneji. As you guys see, it's a great design. I think it's probably one of my favorite rabbits I've folded so far. So yeah, let's go ahead and start. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab one square sheet of paper. I'm using 8.5 by 8.5 inch. If you decide to go smaller, that's fine, but remember, the smaller you go, the harder it could possibly get. So let's go ahead and fold this bottom edge right here towards the top and make sure they align nicely. It's very important in origami to align everything as good as you possibly can. So let's crease this up really good. Okay, so let's open it back up. Alright, so now we're going to fold this left corner towards the middle crease, making sure that our bottom edges line up with our middle crease. So let's go ahead and do that. And remember, like I said, make sure to align it as good as you can. Let's crease it up. There we go. Now let's fold this left corner towards the middle crease. We want to make sure that our edge right here lines up with our middle crease. Alright, so let's crease it. There we go. Alright, so now let's rotate the piece of paper. There we go. And let's fold this bottom left corner towards the top left, making sure that our bottom edge aligns with our top edge. Alright, so now once we get it aligned, let's go ahead and crease the bottom. Make sure to get a nice little crease on there. There we go. Okay, so now I want you guys to fold this right bottom corner towards the middle, making sure that this bottom area aligns with this middle crease. There we go. Now crease it. Alright, let's open it back up and do the same thing to this left corner. Fold it towards the middle, making sure that the bottom part aligns with the middle crease. Once you've done that, we're going to crease it really quick. There we go. We're going to open it back up. Now we're going to open this part back up. So I want you guys to pay close attention. We're going to be working with the creases we just created. So you see this crease right there? I want you to fold this flap towards this bottom part. So pretty much like a reverse fold. There we go. And we're just going to crease it up right there. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing to the left side. There we go, using our existing creases. And now I want you guys to pay close attention. We're going to fold this top area right here so that it aligns with this bottom edge right there. So it's pretty easy. You just want to pretty much just flatten the top area and just make sure that that middle area, that middle crease, aligns with the crease in the bottom. And then once it's nicely aligned, I want you guys to just go ahead and just crease it up just like how I'm doing. There we go. Alright, so once you've done that, we're going to do the same thing to this side. Okay, so now we're going to rotate it and do the same thing to this top area. So we're going to fold the paper right here on the crease and just bring these two sides together. There we go, and crease it up. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing to the left side. There we go. And now we're just going to pretty much just just bring this edge right here towards the bottom one. It's pretty easy. We're pretty much just going to flatten up that top part, like bring it down and fold it towards the middle. And we want to make sure that our, middle creases align together. So you see right here, that crease and then that crease, you want to make sure they're all dead on. Once you got them positioned correctly, go ahead and crease the whole thing up. There we go. Okay, so right here there's going to be a hidden flap, so I want you guys to go ahead and flip it towards the left and create a nice little crease. And pay close attention, because this right here, you're going to be doing it to this one, and that one. So we're going to be repeating the same step 4 times. So you want to make sure to go ahead and open this part up and fold this edge right here towards the bottom one. Make sure they line up nicely. Once you got that, I want you guys to go ahead and just create the creases. There we go. Now what I want you guys to do is fold this corner towards the middle crease, making sure that this edge right here lines up with the middle crease. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, now crease it down. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing to the left side. So this corner towards the middle crease. Same thing with the bottom edge. You want to make sure they align. There we go. And like I said, guys, just take your time. Make sure you align things nicely and you fold them correct. Alright, so let's open it back up. Okay, so now we're going to open up this little flap right here. There we go. And as you see, this little crease right here that we just created, we're going to reverse fold it. So I want you guys to open it up and just fold it the other way. There we go, just like that. You're going to notice it's going to fold like inwards. See? Now we're going to flatten that area up, just crease it up a little bit like that, just like that. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing to this side, to this crease. We're going to go ahead and reverse fold it. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and bring it back down. Okay, so now I want you to flip it upwards and then just crease it down, just like that. Okay, so now exactly everything we did to this flap right here, we're going to go ahead and repeat to this one, and that one. So we're going to repeat that 3 times. And instead of explaining myself all over again what we're going to be doing to these 3 other flaps, I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward the video. So like I said, I've already explained it, so if you need to go back and rewind the video, go ahead and do so. So I'm just going to fast forward it, and then we're going to move on to the next steps. Capiche, there we have it. Alright, so if yours looks like this, good job. So we're going to go ahead and fold this little corner right here towards the top. And you want to make sure that this edge right here lines up with that crease right there, that existing crease. So you want to line it up right next to it. Same thing with this edge. You want to do the same thing to this side. Line it up with that crease. So exactly what we did to this side right here, we're going to go ahead and do to these 3. So go ahead and do those, and then we'll continue on to the next step. All right, cool. So that's what it's supposed to look like. So now what I want you guys to do is go ahead and flip it over. And what we're going to do is fold in this bottom edge right here. You're going to fold it in a little bit, and there's an existing crease, so it shouldn't be too hard. So we're going to repeat this step right here to all these other sides. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, cool. So once you've done that to the 4 sides, this is what yours is supposed to look like. Once you've done that, with your left hand, I want you to grab that little flap right there and fold in this outer flap, create a little valley fold, and fold it towards the inside. And then you're going to notice there's like 2 other little flaps right underneath. I want you guys to just push those in, like fold them in. There you go, just like that. Once you've done that, I want you to align this with the edge of the paper and just create a nice little crease. And we're going to go ahead and do this same step right here to all 4 sides. So just go ahead and do that, and then we'll continue on to the next step. Okay, cool. So once you've done that to 4 sides, I want you to go ahead and open this little flap up right there. You'll notice there's another one. We're going to flip that towards the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing to these 4 sides. All right, cool. So once you've done that to all 4 sides, this is what yours is supposed to look like. Okay, so now you see this crease right here? I want you guys to go ahead and valley fold, just like that. And we're going to do the same thing to the left side. All right, cool. So once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the bottom section. So you see this little flap right here? It's going to turn towards the right as I slowly fold this in, just like that. And I'm going to use that existing crease. So once you've done that, I want you to hold it down. And then I want you to push this little section right here in. And then this little flap, we're going to turn it towards the left, just like that, and create a nice little crease. So push it in and fold that section towards the left. Once you do that, just crease it down nicely. There we go. So if you've done that, this is what yours is supposed to look like. All right, cool. So now we're going to push this little part down, just like that. There we go, and crease it. And then you'll notice there's a little flap right here. So turn it towards the right and then bring it back to the left. So if yours looks like that, then you're doing a great job. Keep it up, guys. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and flip over the piece of paper. And you'll notice there's a crease right here. I want you guys to go ahead and reverse fold that. Just like that. Boom. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and flip it over again. And we're going to do exactly the same thing we did to this side, we're going to do to the left. So go ahead and do that, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so meanwhile you guys fold that, I just want to thank you guys like so much for, being subscribed to my channel, for liking my videos, for commenting down below. I mean, all that means so much to me. And not only that, but thanks to those comments, I was able to improve my channel. I've noticed a lot of you guys were complaining how I wouldn't explain each steps verbally, and now I'm doing so as well with the music. A lot of people were like, it's so quiet, and so now I'm trying to rock some music in the back. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And I'm going to keep working hard at trying to make this channel as good as I can. So I'm going to be, working hard to improve it every time. And I know most of you guys are like, I can't fold it, etc. Origami is all about patience, all about not giving up. It's very difficult. It's not easy to do. And that's why once you accomplish a model and you were able to fold it, it's very satisfying. It's like, oh my goodness, I just did this, and so just keep trying, and then once you get it, you'll just be super happy that you're able to do it, and it only gets easier from there. So, all right, so let's move on to the next step. Okay, so once you've done that, this is what yours is supposed to look like. Okay, so next step. Now, you see this little corner right here? What we're going to do is we're going to fold it in. So we're just going to bring it down, just like that. You see? Push it in, and then just create a nice crease. See? Just like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and unfold it so you guys can see where the crease is at. So if yours looks like that, then you're doing good. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the same thing that we did here to this side. There we go. Now let's crease it down nicely. Okay, once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and flip it over. And we're going to reverse fold that, just like we did to that other side, and flip it over again. Okay, cool. So if yours looks like this, then you're doing a good job. Let's keep it up. Let's fold these in really quick. Boom, just like that. Okay, so now you see this crease right here down the middle? We're going to go ahead and fold straight down that crease to bring both sides together. So we're pretty much doing a valley fold. Okay, there we go. Now let's make sure to crease it down nicely. Okay, so once you've done that, this is what yours is supposed to look like. Just like that. Okay, so next step, what we're going to want to do is, you see this edge right here?
we're going to fold it towards this bottom edge. And you want to make sure they line up nicely. So once we do that, we're going to go ahead and crease it. And we're only going to crease it up to this point right here. See where that middle crease is? Just up to that point. So go ahead and crease it nicely, just like that. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing we did here, but to this side. So fold this edge towards the bottom edge. And remember guys, every fold you do, try to be as accurate as possible so that your final result just looks freaking amazing. So take your time and fold it, you know, as good as you possibly can. Okay guys, so now that we've done the same thing to the right side, we're going to open it back up. And you'll notice that we have these creases right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring them back down just like that. Bring them together. Boom. And then you're going to be left with this little flap right here. See? This little guy right here. So if you got that, then you did it right. So that's what it should look like. So once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and fold it towards the right and crease it down nicely. And so exactly what we did to this side, we're going to go ahead and flip it over and do the same thing to this side. So grab this edge right here and fold it towards the bottom edge. And once you're done with that, do the same thing to the right side. Okay, cool. So once you've folded both sides, you should be left with a crease that looks like this. And then this little thing right here, once we fold it down, you'll notice there'll be a flap left over just like on the other side. So just bring those sides down just like that. There we go. And then just make sure to crease that flap nicely to the left, to the right if you have to. There we go. Okay, cool. So once you've done that, if yours looks like this, then you're definitely headed in the right direction. So now you see these little flaps right here. We're gonna use them for this next step, and it's a little complicated to explain how to do this. So hopefully you guys could visually understand what I'm doing. So what you want to do is open it up, and then with your both index fingers, you want to push down and bring in the back towards the middle, just like this. So that's what yours should look like. A little like a little V shape. Now I'm gonna unfold and show you the step again. See, and then we just bring them in, just like that. So I hope you guys were able to understand that step. I'm sorry I couldn't explain it any better. Alright, so we're going to crease it down nicely. There we go. Now we want to bring these two sides down. There we go. So in case you're wondering what's what, this little guy and this guy are the feet, and this is the tail. So we're going to go ahead and start working on the tail now. So pay close attention. This part's pretty easy. What you want to do is open this little section up. Just like that. And then what we want to do is just fold it inward, all the way. Like you just push it down, and as far as it goes down there, you just fold it. So here, let me show you again. You just bring it in, and then just crease it down. And then we're gonna go ahead and do that same kind of fold, but we're gonna fold it towards the top now. There you go. Just like that. Cool. So now we're going to fold the top down. So let's bring it down a little bit. And this is what's going to give shape to the tail, this little step right here. Okay, so once you've done that, bring both sides together. You want to make sure you don't do it too long either, because rabbits don't have like a huge tail or anything like that. So there we go. So if yours looks like that, then you're definitely headed in the right direction. Cool. Alright, so crease it down nicely. Now let's move on to the next step. Alright, cool. Now that we got the tail done, I want you guys to open this little flap up. You'll notice there's another one in the middle. So what I want you guys to do is fold this corner towards the middle crease and make sure to shove it like below the flap, not above it. And as you see, I creased it down, but I noticed that it doesn't align nicely with the middle crease, so I went back and, rearranged it. So there we go. So bring this back in. Alright, cool. So now we're going to do the same exact thing, but to the other side. So let's go ahead and flip it over. Okay. Let's open it back up. Let's lift this flap up. And let's bring this little corner towards the middle crease. Alright, once it's nicely aligned, let's crease it. There we go. Okay, let's bring the flap back down and just close this section off. There we go. Okay, now let's go ahead and bring these down. So we're going to do the same thing to both sides. So then I'm going to just press on it, make sure it's nicely creased. So now we're going to start working the back feet. So what you want to do is grab the corner. And you want to bring it in and fold it towards the front paws. Just like that. Alright, so once you've done that, you'll notice that there's a little line here. You want to make sure that line is aligned with the top one, that they're at the same angle. And once you've done that, what we want to do is grab the leg, and we want to reverse fold the existing crease towards the back, towards the inner area of the rabbit. So just crease that down, just like that. And there we go. So if yours looks like that, then you did a good job. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing to the back side. So let's flip it over. Let's grab this little corner and fold it towards the left. You want to make sure it aligns with the back paw, and so just try to align them as good as you can. Once you got that, crease it down. Now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to reverse fold that foot, just right there, that little middle crease, towards the inside. Boom, just like that. Once you've done that, this is what yours should look like. And as you see, both of my paws align, which means I did an excellent job. Okay, so next step. This little top corner right here, we want to go ahead and fold it downwards. And we want the edge to align with a crease, with this crease right here. So once you got that, what I want you to do is crease that part down really nicely. There's a lot of layers of paper there, so you want to make sure to get a nice crease. It's very important. Okay, so now the next step. The next fold, I'm going to go ahead and mark it with the pen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Right there, right where the crease ends, we're going to go ahead and make another one and fold the top straight down. And so we'll bring it down just like that. And same deal, you want to make sure to crease it down nicely. There's a lot of layers of paper. Okay, so now we're going to open it back up, and I want you guys to pay close attention to this next step. It's pretty difficult to explain how to do it, so hopefully visually you guys could understand it. Okay, so we're going to open this part up. And you notice this middle flap right here, we want to go ahead and open it up and push it down. As you see, there's a middle crease right there. Okay, cool. So now we're going to rotate the model. And I want you guys to bring these flaps in, just like that. And with your index finger, I want you to push the crease in. Just like that. Push it towards the left. And then slowly push these sides towards the middle. And start shaping your head. There we go. I like to shape it so the top of the head is flat. There we go. So now I'm going to unfold it really quick just so you guys could see me do this step again, because I know it's a little difficult, so hopefully me rewinding, going back, and explaining it again could help you guys out. If not, just, feel free to rewind the video. Okay, cool. So crease it down nicely. Alright, so if yours looks like this, then you're doing an excellent job. Cool. So now we're going to start working the little front part of his face. We want to push the tip in like that. There we go. And then just crease it. Just like that. So if yours looks like this, good job. Alright, let's move on to the next step. Let's fold the ears. So we're going to grab this corner and fold it towards the right so that its edges line up with this top area right here. So if it's aligned, then go ahead and crease it nicely. We're going to open it back up. And what I want you guys to do now is fold this edge towards the crease we just created. So let's line it up nicely. Remember, you want to be as accurate as you can. Let's crease it up. Alright, and so I'm going to open it back up to show you guys what the creases look like. So if yours looks like this, then you're doing an excellent job. So you want to fold it towards the first crease, then fold it again towards the second crease, and then you're going to open up this flap right here, and the next fold will be right there. So let's bring the ears up and make sure to fold them behind the flap. There we go. And then we'll put the flap over them. There you go. Cool. So now we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So let's create the other ear. So you want to make sure that this edge lines up with this little top part. So let's go ahead and fold that. There we go. Then crease it down. Alright, let's open it back up. And then fold this edge towards the crease we just created. So make sure they lined up nicely. Let's go ahead and do that. Once you got them nicely aligned, make sure to crease it down, just like that. There we go. So now what we want to do is the same thing we did to the other side. Let's fold our first crease down. Then let's fold it again towards our second one. Then same thing we did to the other side. Let's use that existing crease right there to fold this part up. Once you do that, you want to make sure to put the flap down so it holds it in place. And there you have it. There's the ears. Now we want to fluff up the ears so they're not as flat. So what you want to do is you want to open this little part up. Just like that. And you want to just sort of open them up so, it gives it a little more of a 3D look. It gives the rabbit a little bit more dimension since it's pretty flat. Okay, there we go. There's the ears. And play with them. You could shape them however you want, make them like downwards if you want, do whatever you want. Have fun with it, So there you have it, guys. There's your origami rabbit. I hope you guys had fun. I hope yours turned out great. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to like it. It really helps out my channel, and I would really appreciate it. And if you have any constructive criticism or any comments about this video, just comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and fold. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.